Did you know that Liberia was formed by freed slaves from the United States? My ancestors were slaves. You would think that they would have gotten along because they had a common background, but they didn't, and feuds started throughout the years. Liberia's history of civil wars killed an estimate of 250,000 people. The wars, widespread poverty, and devastating health crises have created a cycle of government instability that must be stopped. My name is Brenda, and I am a 13-year-old girl. I live in Robertsport, Liberia, right by the coast. My family surfs as much as we can. Liberia is the best place in Africa to go surfing. Like most Liberians, my family is Christian. Did you know that 84% of Liberia is Christian? All my life, I have lived in a small mud house with a thatched roof. I have 4 older brothers named Abraham, Keel, Sumo, and Reuben. It is not uncommon to have that many kids. The average fertility rate of Liberia is 3.93. Abraham and Sumo have dropped out of school because the school had no money and the teachers were not certified. They now work on my family's rice farm. My father told me that 28.1% of Liberia's land is used for agriculture. Keel, Reuben, and I still go to school, but last night I overheard my parents talking about us dropping out in the kitchen when they thought we were all asleep. My teacher, who was very proud of me for learning how to read, told me that the literacy rate is only 48% in Liberia. One of the few good things about my school is my history class. I love learning new things about my beautiful country. Last week we learned about imperialism in Africa. Unlike most countries in Africa, Liberia was not imperialized by Europe. Instead, we were technically colonized by the United States. This is why I speak English. There are 16 other main languages spoken in Liberia, including Kapele, Bassa, Gero, and Mano. These indigenous languages were relevant back before the U.S. colonized us. In the 19th century, when the abolition of slavery began in the U.S., a group called the American Colonization Society was formed. They decided Liberia would be where the emancipated slaves could settle. On July 26, 1847, Liberia was declared free. The thing was, it took a long time for the other countries to recognize Liberia's freedom. This is why Liberia is so similar to the United States. However similar Liberia is to the USA, the two countries' cultures and beauty differ strongly. My mother told me that in the USA, they get whole feet of snow in the winter. I have never even seen it before. Another big difference is the art style. While my country has art like wood carvings, pottery, and fabric dyeing, the United States uses art as a way to express things and have fun. Last year, my mother and father saved up enough money to go on a vacation. We went to Sapo National Park. It was the most beautiful place I had ever seen. We took hikes through the vast forest and saw so many animals we lost track. While we were there, we tried my new favorite food, dumboy and pepper soup. My family shared one big bowl. It was delicious. I pretty much always have rice and fish on my farm, but after dumboy and pepper soup, it has seemed boring. Another beautiful place in Liberia is Mount Retief. It is the highest elevation in Liberia at 1,447 meters. Growing up here, I have seen all the beautiful and unique things about Liberia, but I can also see the issues that face it. Huge issues that we face are deforestation in the national parks, disease outbreaks like malaria and Ebola, and of course the 2 civil wars in 1989 through 2003 that have drained our government resources. Women are discriminated against in society. I heard my mother ranting to my grandmother that men in our work society get paid much more than her and other women for doing the same work. From what I hear, this is a problem not only in Liberia, but in many other societies, including the United States. Also, 30% of my country does not have access to clean drinking water. It is a significant cause of death here in Liberia. Although these are very profound issues that Liberia faces, the most challenging one that we see every day is government corruption. Many problems like unlawful killings, abuse, and inhuman treatment have been overlooked by the government. There are even reports that government agents have raped or assaulted girls. Former Solicitor General Seamus Irene Cephas developed contact with criminals and received bribes for their cases to be dropped. Bill Triway, who served as the managing director of the NPA, abused his power to advance his money and agenda. In my opinion, there's only one solution to the problem of corruption in Liberia. We need a law that makes it illegal. Right now, a big part of the problem is that there's no law that directly addresses corruption. We must find the flaws in our system that allow these harmful actions to continue, and work together to fix them. It's time for the people to stand up and demand change by fighting for a better future. Only by uniting can we create a country where corruption has no place. Liberia has suffered through many challenges, but it is still a beautiful country that I'm proud to call my home. Yesterday, my brothers took me out to the beach and we played football. It was so much fun, and it made me think about George Weah, the old Liberian president. He played football for major teams like Chelsea, Manchester City, and Olympique Marseille. He has showed me that no dream is too big. One day, I hope to play football professionally, just like him, but I also dream of more, becoming the president of Liberia. I want to stop the corruption that has hurt so many people in our country. Maybe one day I'll be able to make that change. You never know what the future may hold.